Welcome to Artistic Digitizer, 5 minutes at a time. I'm Anne Hein, Embroidery Software Specialist for Janome America. Today I'm going to show you how to use the Create Floral array. We're going to be filling in an A just like I have here, and let me show you that up close. You can create any shape and you can fill it with the floral array. And let's see how easy that is. Let's go ahead and open a new page. And first I'm going to change to the square hoop. For me, my hoop's still highlighted, so I need to hit select. And then I'm going to come down here to the text tab and add my letter. Now I'm using an XPG 173, and this is a pre-digitized font that's included with the software. You can use any really chunky font that you want. And then up here, you can even use your TrueType fonts, which are located down here. It's your choice. And then go ahead in the top here, you're going to type your letter. Now it auto defaults to the center. I can click anywhere here if I want, and I'm going to use the letter A, and I'm going to click select to turn off the tool. I'm going to center my A by going to the sewing machine, center to hoop, and then I'm going to use the corner arrows to stretch this up and increase the size of it. And you can make it really any size. I do want to change the inside color to green because that will reflect the vines that are in there. And then my outside part, I want this yellow-green for the outer border when we get done. All right, so the next thing I'm going to do while it's selected, I'm going to right-click and go to Array, Create Floral. And from this window, I'll pick the flower I want to use and the leaf I want to use. So I'd like to use this flower and this leaf, and then I'm going to click OK. And it auto-fills it in for me. So let me show you that up close. If I like this arrangement, I can keep it. If I'd like to play with it, I can go to my properties. Now remember, if your properties are closed, you can come up to the gray area and click on Colors and Properties to turn them on. Under Fill, you'll find all the parameters for the floral array. Now I made a few changes. So under here, under my levels, I made my levels 3, and you just have to hover over the numbers and roll your mouse wheel. This was 10. Under the curvature, I had it at 4. And you can see as I'm changing these, it's changing the look of my piece. And then the complexity, I'm going to leave as 3. And then down here for my percentages of my scale, this one is 62. Now I went ahead earlier and played with this to get the look I want. And I just really scrolled through increasing the scales for different things to see the look that I wanted. So you could do the same thing as well and find the perfect look for you. And 65 for that last one. There we go. The last thing I want to change is that outline around here. I would like that to be a little thicker. So while I have this selected, I can go to Colors. Well, actually, let's go to Outline first and Satin Serial and make this 4.5 mm. And then if I wanted to change the color of that outline, I could come in here and I could maybe make it a blue or any color that I like from here. And there is my Create Floral letter A, and you can fill in lots of different letters. One of the things you want to do is check over here on the slow redraw. Now slow redraw is going to show you just how it'll stitch in your machine. So it's going to do all the vine, all the flower, all the leaves, the little inner part of the leaves, the little inner part of the flower, and of course it did that outline back here. Now it did the outline nicely so that it went on top of anything that was near the edge. So I really didn't need to move it to the end of my design. But it's always good to check your slow redraw with any design. And at this point, if I like it, I would come up to my file and I would do Save As, because I'm going to save it to my computer. I'm saving it under my March folder. Now, if you're on the PC, of course, you have similar look. Mac just does it out to the side, and I'm just going to save it here as a draw file so I can work with it again. And I'm going to call it Flower A. And then here's the draw. If I needed to save it again as a GIF, I could use the drop down and save it as a GIF. Always save as a draw first, because that's your editable document to come back to. And that's 5 minutes at a time with Artistic Digitizer.